everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of Wild Ramblings with me, Matt.
And me, Scott.
Today we are doing something slightly different for you guys. You've been asking for visuals.
So if we sound a little weird, it's because we're recording via a different source than usual. We're using OBS instead of Audacity. I'll see if I can clean the audio, but no promises. I'm busy and lazy.
Yes, but so our topic for today, to give you these visuals,
They're seeing it right now.
they are indeed. Today, the day that we're recording this, is the first day of the FIFA World Cup of 2026, hosted in North America, in Canada, US, and Mexico.
Yeah, woo, sports, yeah, woo, football.
I must admit, for being as big a football fan as I am, I'm not actually that interested in this World Cup as
Not
much.
very. It doesn't feel like a World Cup year. As someone who, like, outsider looking in, I don't care about football. Like, as I said before to you, I enjoy playing it with friends. I haven't done it in years, but when I do, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I never just like watching sports. Just not for me.
No,
But
that's fair enough.
I do like the sense of fun in the air, like people just enjoying themselves and whatnot when it does roll around. And I love the song, 3 lines on the shirt.
Yeah.
I enjoy it, it's great. But it just doesn't feel like one of those years.
No, it really doesn't. I think that's because of all the, there's been quite a lot of bad press before the start of this World Cup.
Oh God, yeah.
I mean, even though the last one in Qatar in 2022 was quite bad, I think this one's been even worse.
Easily.
Which is, quite extraordinary, really. But
yeah,
we don't want to go too political with this, do we?
No, but I mean, it's not politics to say you shouldn't charge $150 for a 10-minute train to get into the World Cup stadium when you've already paid for your ticket. That's what, hundreds if not thousands of pounds or dollars?
Yeah, no.
And again, I'm not a football fan, but those poor football fans that wanted to attend, oh my God, I'm so sorry for you.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. But to stick with our normal theme of this podcast of wildlife, we thought we would have a look at the national animals of all the nations taking part in this World Cup, which we will both admit has taken us quite a long time to figure all of this out.
Now, to be fair, this was Matt's idea, so like
apologies if it's awful.
No. I love this idea. So Matt put the most effort into this, and we just finished it off by putting a bunch of stuff together for the PowerPoint. Now he mainly did the PowerPoint, but we did put the images together just now and came up with the final ideas. So we've created this PowerPoint for you, and we're going to go through it and give you facts about these amazing animals that each nation has decided, oh, we love this animal in particular.
Yeah, most of them, I believe, are actually unofficial, but are just used in terms of, like, tourist, what's the word I'm looking for?
Just tourism in general?
Yeah, just tourism, like, information. These animals are the ones that come up the most for a lot of these countries, or heraldic symbols, that sort of thing. There's quite a few as well.
Yeah, and we're going to start. You've put it in kind of an order, but I've had to change the order because certain animals that are basically shared by a bunch of other countries, we've decided we'll put them all at the end.
Yeah.
So the animal with the most countries is going to be last.
Indeed.
But the animals with just like a single animal, well, it's still in your order.
Yeah, so the main order is the countries in order of the groups that they have been drawn into in the World Cup, from groups A to L. I can't believe I'm saying Group L for a World Cup. It just doesn't sound right, because this World Cup has been extended from 32 countries normally to 48.
It's all Greek to me, mate.
I know it is, but it makes no sense. But anyway, shall we...
Let's get on with the first country, which is South Africa.
Indeed, yes, and a lot of rugby fans will not be surprised to see...
The Springboks, even I know about those guys.
Yes.
Now...
You've probably got more information about Springboks than I have, that's for sure.
Honestly, I can't say that I saw a single one when I was in South Africa. I saw tons of impala. That should be the... that should be the, like... No, that should be the continental animal Right?
Possibly, yeah.
If there was such a thing as continental animals, I tell you guys, impala in South Africa, or just Africa in general, they're very abundant. They breed more than rabbits, I swear. But
To be fair, they do need to with the amount of predators that are after them all the time.
that is a fact. That is a fact. Now, the springbok, what's to say? Don't know much. They spring.
Species of antelope.
They are indeed. So they do something called pronking, which is like a stiff-legged jump in the air that they used to show off, especially towards predators and, potential mates as well. It's like, I'm fit, I'm healthy. The name springbok comes from Afrikaans. Spring, jump, and bok meaning buck. And fun fact that I learned when I was in South Africa is that pretty much any like gazelle, antelope, or something of a certain size, if they're on the smaller side, their babies are called lambs. Yeah.
And if they're larger?
I think it's calf.
That makes sense.
Yeah, after a certain size, it's calf.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
All right, next one. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, everyone knows Siberian tigers. I told the last one you go. You could do the facts.
I mean, it's also for South Korea anyway. It's also sometimes called the Korean tiger, the subspecies, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah.
Siberia is not in South Korea. So
It's not. No, that's true. It's also called the Amur tiger as well.
Yeah, there's so many different names, and I'm assuming all of those are because they're separate subspecies of Siberian tiger.
Yeah.
In its range.
Well, to be fair, like tiger in itself is Panthera tigris.
Yeah.
And
that's what the PT stands for, by the way.
And this subspecies, the Siberian or Amur tiger, is the Altaika. But you'll have like, what's it called? Genetic biotopes or something like that. Whereas different populations in different areas within the same subspecies will still have little differences between them that are noticeable, but not enough to be like a subspecies itself. But yeah, Siberian tiger, my fact about them, can get up to 300 kilograms.
Making them the largest species of tiger in the world.
And cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're bloody cool. They can predate on brown bears in the regions that they exist. I think most of the time they do win, sometimes they lose and die. But that just goes to show how massive of a cat these are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other facts about these guys? Because they're such a popular animal. People love tigers.
They do indeed.
They do indeed are popular.
No, I mean, the problem for me is quite a few of these are mammals, and I'm not a massive mammal person.
Okay. We don't have to take turns. We can just we got a fact about them. We'll throw them in.
Yeah.
I love tigers. I love cats. I love big predators in general. So yeah, they're the biggest cat in the world. They make a male lion look small.
Yes.
One of my facts to tell about tigers in general is most tigers are actually smaller than a big male lion. Except for big male Bengals and Siberian tigers, in which case they're very, very large individuals. Alright, we spent so long on this guy. Let's go to the next one. Hey! I love beavers! And I love Canada. Oh, when I was in Canada, I was just overjoyed. I'd move there in a heartbeat if I had the money to transport all my my dogs, my cat, myself, my missus, Julia. Sorry, I'm just fanboying over Canada. Now, Castor canadensis is distinct from Castor fiber, which is the other species of beaver. There's only two beaver species alive today. It's very hard to tell them apart by looking at them, but we were looking at some skulls earlier, weren't we?
Yeah, we were.
And we noticed there is a slight difference in the way they hold their mouths or their jaws placed, and maybe the skull width. But you see them alive, it's very hard to tell that. But you find North American beavers, or Castor canadensis, in the Americas naturally, though there's an invasive population in Scandinavia.
Yeah, it looked like Finland, that sort of region.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. Don't do that, guys. They can't hybridize with Eurasian beavers, Castor fiber, thank God.
Yeah.
So there's less issue with that, but they're competing for the same resources. But what's to say about beavers? They create ecosystems. They are keystone species. By creating wetlands, they help so many different organisms that it's impossible to even count it. So I love beavers in general, and I love Canada, so yay!
And with Canada being one of the host nations, they'll be hoping to do quite well in this World Cup.
Oh, I hope they have a beaver mascot.
I can't remember if the beaver is the Canadian part of the mascot. There's a trio of mascots, one from each country. Bald eagle for the United States, which we'll come on to, obviously. I can't remember what the Mexican one is. I can't remember what the Canadian one is.
It's got to be their national animals. If it's a Mountie or something, boring. Like, Mounties are interesting, but not as interesting as a beaver.
It might be beaver. I'll have to double check that.
Shall we move on?
I think so.
I've been fanboying over some of the... Oh, I'm going to do it again! I'm going to do it again. I love Eurasian lynx. It's another native species here in the UK that is currently extinct. But the Eurasian lynx is the largest species of all 4 lynx species in the world. They are the type species as well.
Yes, they are.
They are lynx.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I've been hogging this. Do you have any amazing facts for these cool guys?
Honestly, no. Mainly because, again, as much as I do like all wildlife, I purposely don't like
the charismatic mammals, the big...
Yeah, because I think so many people are interested in them anyway that
is true.
I've always been more interested in other stuff because of that, I think.
The underdogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, honestly. Completely get that.
So, but no, they're, very cool animals. I mean, I don't know what sort of population they have in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I think currently, I don't know in that area, but across Europe, they're actually not doing amazing.
No.
They've got like a population of 9,000.
Okay.
Which is a lot less than they could. They are solitary apex predators. The only things that usually end their lives, old age, dying to a prey species that they tussle with. Bears don't really give them much of a look, but if wolves catch them out in the open, they are like one of their leading causes of death.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Hence why they've evolved to be more specific in forests. They don't really live anywhere else away from trees. They need trees to survive, or else they can't really compete with those other big predators. They are kind of medium-size prey specialists. They will hunt small wild boar, roe deer, and young and very small red deer.
Yeah.
Honestly, they are a great animal. They keep the ecosystem nice and healthy, which you'll probably hear me say about another animal later.
Indeed. If you do want to find out more about Eurasian lynx, though, go back to one of our previous episodes where we discussed the likelihood of their reintroduction to the UK.
Exactly. And I forgot to mention, it is International Lynx Day today.
Yes.
And the kickoff of the World Cup. I think they did that on purpose. So linked.
Sadly, that Bosnia and Herzegovina are not actually participating in the first game of the World Cup. That will be...
It would have been perfect.
One of the hosts, Mexico, against South Africa. So...
Well,
but Bosnia and Herzegovina have done a very good job of actually getting to this World Cup, defeating Wales and then Italy.
Oh, Wales isn't in it?
No, Bosnia beat Wales in a playoff to get to the World Cup, but they also beat Italy, who are like one of the biggest countries who are missing out in this World Cup.
Oh, I didn't even notice that when we were going through the list.
Yeah, so...
Damn. And we got in, that's crazy. All right, let's go to the next one.
This one's a funny one.
You know livestock.
I do, I suppose. But so the reason we've got cow in for Switzerland is Switzerland does not actually have an official national animal, as quite a few of these other countries, a few of the other countries don't actually anyway. But this was the closest thing we could find, which I guess does make sense. With that they are. It's certainly one of the animals that I would think of when people mention Switzerland. It's quite a large livestock, in particular cow area in the Alps, as well, in particular in Switzerland. And I think this is probably the best we were going to do with what we could find.
I'm trying to remember the breed, because this is like a specific breed that came from Switzerland.
I think it's
like a Swiss Brown or something like that?
It was something like that. Obviously, that's just like an English translation. I can't remember the exact... I think it was in German, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Potentially.
But cows in general. I have a lot of love for cows. I don't even eat beef. There you go. You're welcome. You're welcome, cows. But I do drink milk. Lots of it. When it comes to cows, I love them. They are the living ancestor. No. What's it called? Living descendant of the auroch, which is an amazing animal. They used to be all across Eurasia, one of the biggest bovines to ever exist, and it was an ecosystem engineer. And to be fair, cows can act like that when grazed properly.
Yeah.
And they do a damn sight better on the landscape than sheep do.
That's because they have a very different way of eating. And
they do rasp and pull.
Yeah.
Rasp and pull, as opposed to just right to the edge.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any more on cows?
I don't think so. This is yours again.
A lot of these animals I just absolutely adore. So jaguars are my favorite cat in general. They have the strongest bite force in proportion to their body size of any cat. And you can kind of see this on the image of this jaguar. It's got such a big head for its body size.
Yes.
So much so that their characteristic way of dispatching prey is sometimes they go for the throat like other big cats, but they decide to just go right through the skull of a lot of the animals they kill, including the animal I have on my arm,
I was going to mention.
spectacle caiman. Like, I love caiman, I love crocodilians, but there's very few crocodilians in the countries they live that they can't take down. I think some larger like crocodiles, like Orinoco crocodiles, I think they come across them. A big morelet, I actually saw a video of one take down a jaguar, which was sad because I don't want to see them fight. Be friends, please. And black caiman. But apart from that, these guys are the apex predator of the Amazon, of where they live. They do not fear pretty much anything. And that is such an impressive thing. For a cat that averages smaller than my own body weight.
Yeah.
Like, you get the biggest ones, I believe, on the Pantanal, which can easily be over 100 kilos. But yeah, throughout their entire range, jaguars, they used to have such a big range all the way up into North America, which they still are. They live in Mexico, which is North America, and they are found, I think there's a few of them in the United States.
Quite possibly, yeah.
There is one recorded. His name is El Jefe.
Okay.
And he hunts black bears.
Wow. That just puts into perspective, how powerful they are.
What a cat. How about that?
Indeed.
And you can tell them apart from, leopards and cheetahs when it comes to their spots. For us, it's very easy because we are like animal people. But if you look at their rosettes, they don't really have spots per se throughout their body. They do on their head and, a few other places. But they have like darker patterning within their rosettes. Whereas leopards, they just have the rosettes without a deeper patterning or spots within those rosettes.
Yes.
And cheetahs just have spots.
Yes, and like leopards as well, I believe all jaguars have each have a specific pattern of the spots on their face, which makes them individual. It's a bit like our fingerprint.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the spots throughout their coat in general are unique to each individual.
Possibly, but I think when you're actually studying them in the field, studying populations of jaguars, I think it's just easiest to go for like the spot patch, like the spots between the eyes and on the forehead. I think that area is the one that they look at the most to be able to tell them apart.
That does make sense. I could see that. Beautiful. No.
I think we're moving to you again.
Well, Barbary lions are an interesting one.
It is, isn't it? Yes.
Because they are officially extinct, but the species technically isn't. So Barbary lions fall under the northern lion subspecies. And I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's not Panthera leo. I think that's the southern lion.
I thought that was northern.
It is? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm getting it mixed up. Yeah, Panthera leo is the subspecies of lion that is still around. It's in North Africa, and it is in Asia as well, in India. The Asiatic lion is technically a subspecies of northern lion. Oh, sorry, it is a northern lion, which is a subspecies, my brain. So this is a very sad situation because Barbary lions used to be found across North Africa and...
I assume specifically in the Atlas Mountains for why it's
exactly,
the national animal of Morocco.
Alongside the Atlas bear.
Yes.
Rest in peace. Which is type of brown bear. reintroduce the brown bear. Just do it. Although it is extinct now, this picture was taken in the 1800s, so they had pictures of these animals. So it's not so long ago that lions roamed Morocco, and this is why we've done this separate from all the other lion animals, because it is specific to this country. They had such a unique animal, and it's beautiful. Lions are incredible animals, and we'll go into more detail about lions as a whole in the very last slide.
Yes. Yes.
This is you, boy.
I suppose so.
Go on, bird boy. Tell me about this bird.
Sadly, I can't tell you much because with it being so unique. So, as the name suggests, it is found only on the island of Hispaniola, which is made up of the two countries of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. And trogons are a separate bird family, but it also includes the resplendent quetzal, which is the national bird of Guatemala in Central America.
Beautiful animal.
Yes, even longer tail than the Hispaniolan trogon that you can see in the picture there. But they're all equally beautiful in my eyes. I mean, that's this
not
very
green,
unique.
though, is it?
It's not green, but it's
I'm just messing.
unique, isn't it?
Yes. I mistook it for a pigeon when I saw it.
You did, to be fair, but I was, No,
you were quick to poo-poo that.
But that's only because I know that trogons are
their own group of
I'm
animals.
not even sure what they're actually that closely related to. It might even be pigeons that they're.
I want to deep dive this real quick. Where's my phone? I want to see. Gonna do it fast so it's not dragging on. Shut up, phone. Trogon, was it? Trogon. Oh yeah, it's even prettier when it's flying.
Yeah.
Okay, they are a part of the Trogoniforms. That's their order.
So it's a completely separate order from pigeons, because that would be the Columbiforms, wouldn't it, for pigeons?
It would be, yeah. Yeah, there's just a bunch of other like weird clades above that, like Eucataves, which I think is woodpeckers, kingfishers, hornbills, and hoopos.
Okay. Yeah.
Greek.
Most of those.
Greek, I tell you.
To be fair, the only thing that those have in common is most of them use trees for some part of. I mean, kingfishers not so much. It's more that's just like where they perch to then
go
fish
fishing
from. But all the others are either like woodland species or use trees for some part. I know most birds do, but it's specifically more linked with trees and wooded areas.
Yeah. If I ever go to like Haiti or the Dominican Republic, the DR is more likely in the future because that's family I'm marrying into.
Yes.
I'd love to see this amazing little bird.
You might struggle though from we looked at the distribution map.
Oh, it's a very small.
It's a very weird distribution, but it's because it's a very specific habitat that these guys are found in. So it's the tropical.
The woodland
forest.
Well, you know me and Julia. We love
Yes,
the woods. We'll go see nature wherever we can.
But it literally looked like it was like 3 bands of woodland or forest in Haiti, and then one tiny blob of forest on the most southern tip of the Dominican Republic or Haiti. I'm not actually sure which way round the countries go.
Neither am I. I need to
can't
educate
remember.
myself.
Yes. But yes, no, a fantastic bird. Not one that I'm ever likely to see, but
well,
it's nice to see a.
Never say never.
No, but when it comes to national animals, I do like species that are endemic to an area being the national animal, and this is just one of them.
And hopefully we'll find more.
Hopefully.
Oh, we've found one. It's endemic to Scotland. So, for those of you that may not have known. There's an airplane going overhead right now. A very loud one. But not just that. Scotland's national animal is officially the unicorn.
Yes.
Which, guys, what I'm picturing is whoever was asked, they were probably just having a laugh with whoever was going by. Like, hey, it's the unicorn. That's what it is. Yeah, now bug off. But obviously this is not a real animal.
It's mythical. So to make up for that, we've decided to talk about an animal which has unicorn in its name.
Yes.
Which is, Scott?
Rhinoceros unicornus, the greater one-horned rhino, which does live nowhere near Scotland. So this lives in Asian countries like, I believe, Nepal.
I think that's...
And India.
Yeah, I believe it's one of the national animals of Nepal. Because it's on the cricket logo for Nepal.
There you go. These are the second largest species of rhino in the entire world. They are massive. They're highly solitary, unlike white rhinos. They don't like being around others. And they have that characteristic greater one horn. Pretty big sometimes. This one doesn't look too big, but the animal itself is pretty huge. So, rhinos are a part of the Perissodactyla group, which also includes horses. So it's not actually too distantly related to a horse, if a horse could grow a horn.
Exactly. But where I think the unicorn horn possibly derives from, in terms of its shape and size, derives probably from narwhal.
It does, like, historically, the horns that you see on unicorn imagery, they've got that swirly shape.
Yes.
They come from that narwhal tusk, that tooth that protrudes from their head.
Yes. And wasn't it sort of like the 19th century, they were actually, where they were like killing narwhal for their tusks and then selling those tusks off as unicorn horns.
Exactly, that's why it was popularized. There's a channel on YouTube called the Curious Archive, Curious Archive, that covers the history of the unicorn. It's actually really interesting. I watched the entire video. It's one of those days where you're just like, I'm gonna listen to this while I do other stuff, and it's really enrapturing. Check it out.
Absolutely.
Da 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 da. This picture was taken by Matt himself.
It was indeed, and I will admit it was not taken in the US. Now, this picture, I believe, if I've got my place correct, was actually taken at a falconry centre not far from where I grew up in a small village called Batsford. But yes,
Do you have many bats?
Possibly, I don't actually know.
I mean, bats are they're pretty popular.
Indeed, but it's near the town of Moreton in Marsh in the Cotswolds, if you wanted to know where that is. But yes, the bald eagle, probably one of the most charismatic national animals, potentially.
For sure, they're a type of fishing eagle.
They are indeed, yes, they're a fish eagle and not a true eagle. Not the largest, although they're not small. Yeah.
Do you want to clarify what true eagle means? Because even I don't understand what that means.
So,
the true eagles, are they just in the genus that the the golden eagle's in?
Yeah, so Aquila, I believe it's Aquila, I think, is the genus that golden eagle is in, which we will come to later.
Yeah.
But that's not the only genus, I believe, in. So that there is definitely a split.
Oh, so it's like a family.
Yeah, so but them, I think there's some weird thing that they're not even as closely related to each other as like some of the other raptors, like the hawks and the buzzards, I think.
Oh, that's crazy.
I think it's something weird like that. I may be completely wrong. Do correct me if I am, please, in the comments. But no, bald eagles, as you can obviously see, they're not bald at all.
It's just the white head.
Yeah, it's the white head that gives them the name.
And they don't always have that white head. When they're younger,
when they're young,
brown,
they are fully brown, yes.
And they slowly gain that white head when they get older. They're a beautiful bird. I want to see one in the wild. Apparently in Florida, they've got a bunch of them. They're just all over the place.
Yeah, I think they've got ospreys in Florida.
Oh, I saw
which,
ospreys all the time.
So,
ospreys are doing amazing there.
Which is crazy, because for us living in the UK, an osprey is like a really rare.
I've seen one once.
Yeah.
And that was here in Runcorn. It was crazy, and it was just flying over a nature reserve, probably stopping off for some fish, and all right, I don't like it, but it'll do. They taste a bit rubbery and poison, but.
And yet, so you've seen lots of ospreys in Florida, and yet you haven't seen a bald eagle when you've been in your trips to the US, and yet bald eagle is
the national animal.
Not only the national animal, probably one of the most famous animals that lives in the US.
Exactly, yeah.
So,
even though I think America only has slightly more bald eagles than Canada because of Alaska.
Yeah.
And Alaska has a lot of bald eagles. But when compared to the lower 48 states, Canada beats them. They have way more. And that's probably due to the just like more intact wilderness areas where it just does a lot better for these animals. But yeah.
Yeah, and the second of the 3 host nations that we will cover as part of this World Cup group.
Yeah. Oh, the Pampas fox.
Yeah, I've got absolutely no information on these guys whatsoever.
So,
I'll be honest.
I know more about the genus that they belong to, which is, I think, Lycoplex. Now, they're not a true fox. Same way you were saying before that...
bald eagles are not true
not
eagles.
a true eagle. Lycaloplex, that's what it belongs to. So the Pampas fox, it does look like a little coyote, and it is more closely related to coyotes and wolves and whatnot. They are... truth be told, off the top of my head, I don't know a crazy amount, except a really interesting fact. Oops, sorry. That they hybridized with a dog.
Oh.
A domestic dog. So this is one of the reasons you're able to tell that they're not a true fox, because foxes are vulpus, and true foxes are more distantly related to other canids. Like a red fox is more close related to a tanuki, a raccoon dog, than it is this guy here, the Pampas fox. But yeah, there was a hybrid between 2 different genera of canids. The Pampas fox was one of those parents, and the other was a domestic dog. That is crazy. And that was in Vacaria, Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil. Yeah. Ain't that crazy? Keep it in your pants, little dude. But I was interested. It's most likely infertile, but it's very rare to ever see something like that happen, especially between genera.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you're ever out in Brazil and you see something that looks like a coyote, but it's smaller...
it may well be the national animal of Paraguay.
Exactly. Or if you're in Paraguay and you see it.
Yeah.
This was hard. This was confusing.
Yes and no. I mean, this is... Again, these are both very recognisable for Australia because the coat of arms of Australia has both of these animals on it. I believe we've actually got them the correct way round as well. I believe the emu is on the left and the kangaroo is on the right.
Perfect.
So...
You know, I gotta look that up now, just to be sure. Because I just did this to fit the pictures in, like, nicely with the rest of it.
Yes.
But, we got a bird on there.
We have. Emus, member of the ratite family. Second largest bird, I believe.
Yeah, I think that is correct.
I think fairly sure they're bigger.
The cassowary is smaller.
Yes, although I believe cassowaries are way more feisty than emus.
Oh, they are. They're the closest relative to emus as well.
Yes. But of course...
Oh, no, we're wrong. It's the other way around.
Oh, it is the other way around.
Well, it's fine.
That shows...
Shows what we know, but you knew they were on there.
Yeah.
That's more than, like, the average Brit.
Possibly.
I'm going to say...
Don't forget, though, I'm a cricket fan.
You are a cricket
fan? And they're on the cricket... Well, on the old cricket logo, so... That's how I have some recollection, just the wrong way around.
You flipped it. It's mirrored.
Absolutely. But yes, of course, emus...
They beat Australia in a war.
Yes, that was the fact I was coming
Sorry.
to. Probably one of the only animals to have had a war waged against it. It's one of the stupidest wars of all time, realistically.
I mean, you wage a war on an animal.
Yeah.
That's a dumb war to begin with, especially when it's a native species.
Yes, and then to go and lose it is just funny.
There's too many of them! Literally, there's too many of them. But they're so cool. I think their eggs are like green.
Yes, they are.
Which is really, really pretty. I believe that's to help them blend in with certain environments that they do better in. Are they a savanna / forest type of bird?
I believe so.
You don't see too many out in like open country, but even still, I would believe these guys choose to lay their eggs within areas of vegetation.
Yeah.
Not out in the burning sun.
No, and I assume, like other ratites, it's the male that looks after the eggs.
That is... Ooh.
Because it's certainly
Yeah,
the case
I know that
with
about cassowaries too.
cassowaries, ostriches to a certain extent as well, because ostriches, they can have, multiple females can lay their eggs in the same nest.
It's fascinating.
So, I'd be surprised if emus don't do the same.
Well, to tell you about the red kangaroo, now, I believe this is the largest species of kangaroo in the world. It gets up to...
Which I assume makes it the largest marsupial in the world.
Oh, yeah, alive today. So, they get up to 91 kilograms. I'm still larger. And they're hench. They're famous for being absolutely hench. Look, this is a female, and you can see she does have pretty well-formed triceps, biceps, and pecs. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. So, they are famous for being a national animal in Australia, but somewhere between a national treasure and a national pest. Because there are so many of them, and they don't really have a lot of predators. If they go near the water, saltwater crocodiles. I think maybe a joey could get taken by a freshie, but even then I'd be surprised. And on land, the dingo, which is not originally a native animal, but it is fulfilling that same ecological role that, the other big marsupial predators would have done. More to say about these guys. When it comes to macropods in general, they are very cool because they can actually have 3 pregnancies on the go at once.
Yes.
So they have a joey outside the pouch, a joey in the pouch, and a joey in the tummy. Which, impressive. Trying to think of anything else. They are, I believe, largely... What's that word I'm forgetting? Browsers.
Yeah.
But they will graze as well. So they're an all-purpose, well-adapted to their environment mammal. And with that ability to have 3 babies on the go, they're good at populating.
Yeah, absolutely. And they cool themselves by licking their
forearms, their
don't
wrists.
they? Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. A lot of people think they look like T-Rex deer. I can see it a little bit. Bipedal, long weird tail, and they've got a deer-like head. Just no antlers.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not really seeing that one much, to be fair.
You need to see that when they're sideways.
True, I guess.
Alright, let's move on. I'm not interested. Let's move. Of course I'm going to talk about... This is my favorite animal in the entire world, the Eurasian grey wolf. Now... Oh, God, my brain. It's exploding with information. Now, wolves in general, keystone species, you need them in an ecosystem where they belong. They keep prey animals on the move. Without them, you get sick animals building up. They weed out the sick, the injured, the old, the weak. They keep their prey animals strong. They keep them on the move so vegetation can replenish. But that's wolves in general. That's a lot of apex predators. But wolves, they are on the move quite constantly. They need to be. So Eurasian wolves. They are the most widespread wolf species in the world. They're also the type species. They are Canis lupus Canis lupus lupus. They used to range from Ireland all the way to the eastern tip of Russia. That's how widespread they used to be. Now, unfortunately, today they are not present in Ireland or Britain. Hopefully one day. Touch wood. But they used to be present in that range. Today, they can be found as far west as Belgium and France, and as far east as Russia. So it's not too bad. They have massively recovered in recent years, and that is a massive success story. Yes, there are some conflicts, but they are being... people are learning to live alongside them. Now, there should have been a lot more to prepare local people to live with this animal that has just recolonized its native range, especially in places where people don't know how to live with large carnivores. In the Netherlands, there was an incident last year, I believe, or earlier this year, where a young boy was bitten, and it was found that this wolf was young, and it was fed by people.
Right.
Never ever feed a wild predator. Hell, a large, dangerous wild animal in general. That is a stupid idea. wolves have a bite force many times stronger than a pit bull.
Mm.
So even if they are not the same size as a German Shepherd, the Eurasian wolf average is around 40 kilos. So yeah, it's about the size of a German Shepherd. But even if they're smaller, they still have a much stronger bite. So you have to be careful around wolves. But if you ever see a wolf, you are lucky as hell. They are terrified. I followed this species in Slovakia for 2 weeks, almost said 4 weeks, for 2 weeks, and we found fresh scat, kills, and even blood from a female who was, in heat. They knew we were there. They saw us, they heard us, they smelled us. They were like, nah, I'm out of here. Mm-hmm. And even when I was there alone, much smaller than their prey, which they were, the ones in this region, they ate wild boar, adult wild boar, you could tell by the bristles in their scat.
Yeah.
And stags, much larger than me. God, that stag cut through the snow like it was butter. And still they're able to take them down. But they are fearful of humans. I honestly could spend an hour, 2 hours, an entire day talking about the Eurasian grey wolf. Oh, they steal my heart, and it's one of the reasons I've dedicated a lot of my life to them.
And the reason why they're the national animal of Turkey in particular?
Yeah, you go ahead with that. You go ahead with that.
So, well, I've got to remember it correctly from what you told me earlier, but it's something to do with there's a belief in Turkey that all Turkish people descend from wolves.
Yeah. So
which surprised me because I thought that was going to be the same for like Rome, and obviously with Romulus and Remus.
Well, that would be Romulus and Remus, like they founded Rome.
Yeah.
But they were fed by a she-wolf who took them in.
Yeah.
Or so it said. And I believe a lot of historians think it was just like, oh, she-wolf is just another word for like a lady of the night.
True.
Or something.
But yeah.
But still, I like the actual animal version.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Turkey, that is one of the beliefs that the Eurasian grey wolf gave rise to the people of Turkey. And fun fact, the name Kurt with a K is Turkish for wolf.
Oh right, okay.
And a lot of people on my 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 Instagram and TikTok keep calling me Kurt Cobain.
I'm not sure that's necessarily a good thing.
I mean, like, hey, they keep calling me Kurt, and I'm like, I looked it up, and I'm like, it means wolf. It's all coming together. It's all coming together.
That makes sense, yeah.
Okay, we've been on that for like a few minutes. I have to turn myself away. Any last words for the best animal in the world?
No.
But
now we haven't even put what species this is.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that. Hold on.
So this one's
Oh, do you know then? You remember it?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
So this is again another unofficial one, mainly because Curacao is firstly it's the smallest population nation taking part in this World Cup. In their first World Cup, I believe their population is about 148,000 people, which is not a lot. For a World Cup participating nation.
Yeah, as a nation, I was thinking that's a lot of people.
No, not for a nation.
No, I think the town we're in right now has a similar amount of people.
Exactly, and Runcorn is not big.
No.
But Curacao isn't technically a country in its own right either. It's one of the Dutch dependency islands in it's just north of South America, but I guess technically it's a Caribbean island.
Yeah.
And the species on screen that we've chosen as it's the unofficial national animal is the troupial, which is a species of oriole, New World oriole. I say that because of the golden oriole, and I think they're slightly different. They might be New World blackbirds, that they might be in that family, and orioles.
Is that like what's that thing that came over? A grackle?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that family. Whereas I'm not 100% sure if the golden oriole that we used to get in the UK, we used to breed in the UK, is in the same family. I'm not sure.
It's always hard to tell.
It is, but so yeah, I don't honestly know a lot about this bird, but it's a cracking bird.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
look at it. Just look at it, guys. It's pretty.
Absolutely.
Look at that bright orangey yellow and the black. Great contrast. Looks like a magpie that's fallen in some
orange paint or something.
Curry.
And curry.
It's fallen in some curry.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, I'm hungry now.
But yeah, so sadly I don't know much about this species, but just it was something for Curacao, to put on
be
the
proud
screen.
of,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Mainly found, I think, in the northern South American countries like Venezuela as well. I think it's actually
not
possibly
hard for them
called,
to just fly over as
no.
well.
I think that species is actually one of its common names is the Venezuelan troupial. So,
but now it's the Curacao troupial. Be proud, Curacao. I hope I'm saying your name correctly.
I believe that is correct.
Beautiful.
Yes. So, Côte d'Ivoire, or in English, Ivory Coast. They are officially the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, which is why I've used Côte d'Ivoire on the slide.
Gotta respect that.
It makes sense that the African elephant is the national animal of a country that has ivory in its name.
Because that's where it comes from.
Exactly.
Ivory is bone or teeth.
I believe.
Oh, it's just teeth.
It's just the tooth, yeah, the tusk. But I believe the name Ivory Coast, where that comes from, was because of the trade in ivory.
Oh no.
I believe that's where it originally comes from when it was part of the French Empire.
Yeah.
So, but yes, you've probably got more information on African elephants than I do.
Well, African elephants. This is something we used to give talks on in Chester Zoo when I was a ranger on the main site. So if you take a look at an African elephant's ear, it's roughly in the shape of Africa.
It's it, yeah.
And you can tell it apart from Asian elephants because it's got that much bigger ear. When it comes to African elephants, the males and females both have tusks. Usually the males have larger ones, but they will always have tusks unless they're that mutant strain that is unfortunately, well, I say unfortunately, fortunate for them. A lot of them are just being born without tusks. And that's kind of back into that ivory trade.
Yeah.
Because ivory used to be, and still is a little bit, of an illegally traded thing.
Oh, it's massively
But
traded.
it used to be much bigger. I think a lot of countries are being like, nah, we don't want it anymore.
I think it's more a case of some countries in Africa are actually getting better at protecting the elephants and having the rangers on site protecting the animals. I think they've got more resources to be able to do that now.
Yeah.
Whereas when it was when the initial black market for ivory the recent black market for it anyway, they obviously was really struggling to keep up with all of these poachers coming over and trophy hunters as well.
Yeah, when I was in South Africa though, there were lots of elephants, so many in Mflozi. Lots and lots. That place, covered in elephants. But there was an unfortunate event where a rhino was poached, and they are way more rare in that space than the elephants are. So I feel like there is more of a demand when it comes to rhino horn. But despite it, let's talk about nicer things when it comes to elephants.
Yeah.
Elephants aren't an ungulate.
No.
They are their own thing. They're an Afrothere, very interesting group of animals. Honestly, look up the group. No one looks similar to each other. They're all different things. The trunk has over 10,000 muscles in it alone. And sorry, you were going to say something?
There's technically 2 species of African elephant, isn't there?
Yes, that is true.
So I'm not actually sure. It just says African elephant, so I would have thought it's not the forest elephant.
No, it'll be the bush elephant.
Yeah.
The bush elephant is the largest species of elephant in the world. The bush elephant is actually the smallest. The Asian elephant is slightly larger than the... sorry, did I say bush elephant?
Yeah, you meant forest.
Forest elephant. Because bush, forest.
Yeah, now I know what you meant.
The forest elephant is slightly smaller than an Asian elephant, which makes sense because they have to pack themselves in to that very dense vegetation. But both species are really important to their environment. Elephants, again, another keystone species that keeps the savanna open, and when they are in the forest, they help create massive pathways for other animals to use. They transport seeds in their dung, and they create more open spaces within that forest environment. And sorry, I could go on all day.
No, I was just going to say, and their dung as well is a very important food source for things like dung beetles.
Yeah, especially things like plum dung beetles, which I believe you find them on the Horn of Africa. They look like that stereotypical scarab.
Yeah.
But yeah, ecosystem engineers, vital for everything around them.
Yes, absolutely.
Japan was a little weird.
Japan, yes, Japan is a slightly weird one. It's probably this is one of the ones that has not got a mammal, or it's got a bird, but it's got a fish, and not many of the other.
None
pretty
of them
much
have
all
a fish.
No, pretty much all of the others are either a mammal or a bird.
That is true.
This is the
We
only
need
one
a national reptile list, or we could do that in the future.
Yes, we could create our own.
Yeah, just like, okay, these are animals that are endemic or very common in this country that I think they should choose.
Yeah.
Reptile-wise or whatever-wise.
Yeah, absolutely. And insects, that would be a good one.
Yeah.
But yes, so Japan, the green pheasant. Now, for those of us that live in the UK, you're probably looking at that bird thinking, I've seen that bird before, which, not quite. It looks very much like the ring-necked pheasant that is in its millions in the UK.
Too fucking many.
And I assume it's probably same genus and quite closely related. But
I'm going to look it up whilst you talk more.
But it's just green. And when I first saw a picture of a green pheasant, I thought, that just doesn't look right. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we are so used to seeing the ring-necked pheasant.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Guess how many species are in this genus?
2.
Yep. The common pheasant and the green pheasant.
Yeah.
So the genus is Phasanius. Phasanius.
Yes.
The green pheasant is Phasanius versicolor.
I wonder why.
Whereas the common pheasant is Phasanius colchius. Colchius? Something like that.
Colchicus? I don't know.
Yeah, but
yes.
I have very strong feelings towards pheasants.
Yes, which I'm sure we will cover many times in many podcast episodes.
They shouldn't be in the UK. They eat all our reptiles, and it's a shame for them because they keep getting shot and ran over. Mostly ran over.
Mostly ran over, yes.
Things.
And of course, koi carp, which is the fish, is also quite common in the UK as well, and to some extent.
Yeah.
Again, shouldn't be.
They are a species. Well, they're a breed of common carp, so they're a domestic species. Yeah. So common carp, very widespread throughout Eastern Europe and Asia, but they're not native to Western Europe, especially here in the UK. But they've been introduced for fishing, and koi carp come in so many different varieties. They are a very beautiful animal. And Japan I believe Japan domesticated them originally, and they are very big in Japanese culture. Yeah. You find a pond within Tokyo, you find it anywhere in Japan really, that isn't like a wildlife pond in the middle of nature. It's going to have a koi in it.
Yeah. Koi
or some other type of carp that is very similar. And now the trade in koi is very expensive because of that.
Yeah.
But they do, before you go in to introduce them to your pond, if you want it as a wildlife pond, don't put koi in there.
Well, just don't put fish in there. Realistically.
I mean, you can have a wildlife pond with sticklebacks and crucian carp, which is a native species.
Indeed, but you don't want anything too big because it will just eat all of your water invertebrates, which will then be feeding some birds that come in and frogs.
Looking at the bird side of it. No, yeah, you are right. Depending on the size. If you have a small lake, go for it, I say.
Yeah.
3 crucian carp won't hurt. Next door, my mum's garden, crucian carp. I've got 2 in there. I say I've got because I put them in there. And they're doing fine, and sticklebacks are breeding in there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
They get along just fine.
Nice. But yeah, so Japan, very interesting species that I believe
Again,
both unofficial.
Unofficial. That's why a lot of the ones where we've put multiple animals, it's because people are kind of like, we haven't chosen one. One.
Or they might even have like a national animal and then a national bird as well, and so we've maybe put both.
I think a lot of these will have national birds, but we definitely haven't covered them.
No, not all of them. That might be another
day.
Yeah, another day.
Steppe
However,
eagle.
talking of birds.
Go ahead.
So yes, as you can see on the Egyptian flag, there is an eagle on it, and that is the steppe eagle. Is it steppe or steppe? I never know.
I always say steppe eagle, because there used to be the steppe bison as well.
Yeah.
And I always hear that referred to as the steppe bison.
Yeah, okay.
And it's the type of environment they live in.
Yes, yeah. But it was just, I didn't know if it's pronounced steppe or steppe.
Oh, okay, my bad.
So, but yeah, again, this is not a species of eagle I'm overly familiar with. The They're not overly common in falconry centres here in the UK. You mainly get your golden eagles, your bald eagles, and another species of eagle, which we will come on to in another time.
You can easily confuse it with a golden eagle.
Definitely, especially from that shot, it does look very similar. I think the main difference is it's actually a bit paler than a golden eagle, but it's weird. It's sort of like if you were to mix the two main colours of a golden eagle together and then just put it all over this bird, that's kind of the colour you've got. Because golden eagles are quite dark, but then they've got the golden patches on them.
Yeah, they're much lighter feathering.
But if you were to mix those two colours together, you've pretty much got that.
Yeah. So, do you know much else about like what it eats? And like
honestly,
where
no.
it lives?
But
apart from Egypt,
I think it's mainly sort of like the Middle East, East and North Africa, and then up to, by the clues in the name, the steppe. Sort of assume like Kazakhstan, that sort of region.
And these and goldens are in the same genus. I wonder if they hybridize. Sorry,
I wouldn't be too surprised, to be honest.
I'm gonna Google it. I kosher it actually. I'm gonna kosher it.
Yeah, but they'll probably be hunting similar prey to what golden eagles would be. So medium to small sized mammals.
Hares,
rabbits, that sort of thing. Yeah, maybe small deer.
Yep.
Possibly some livestock potentially, although hopefully not.
Very doubtful. A lot of the time it's just like scavenging.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of eagles, steppe, golden, white-tailed.
Yeah.
It's dead. It doesn't look like it's too far gone. I'm not a vulture, but yeah, take advantage of that.
Absolutely.
Yes. Asiatic lion. So this is a species I've covered a lot with in Chester Zoo before. We've done a lot of talks on them.
In fact, most of the UK zoos, they've got lions, they're Asiatics, aren't they?
Yeah.
Predominantly.
So Asiatic lions, they're no longer found in Iran, which is a shame. They're another kind of subgroup. Again, not a species. They're not technically a species anymore. They're part of that northern lion denomination, subspecies group. But they are very unique because Asiatic lions are the only lions found outside of Africa today. Now, lions used to be extremely widespread all across the northern hemisphere, going into Europe, all across Asia, obviously Africa, but even into the Americas. In North America, the largest cat to ever exist was a lion called Panthera atrox. Debated whether it was a true lion, if it was Panthera leo atrox. Doesn't matter. Just goes to show that group of animals was very widespread. But Asiatic lions are unique compared to most African lions. They are smaller on average. I think the males average around 160 to 180 kilos compared to like 180 to 200 kilos for most African lions. They tend to have kind of a thinner mane, but for some reason I've noticed in captivity, they tend to have a big fluffy mane.
Yes,
I feel like it's triggering some sort of gene they have.
Is that just because being in the UK, climatically it's colder generally over a year period?
Yeah, it's like those images you see of like a spotted hyena that just get fluffy when they're in like European zoos or cold country zoos. So I reckon that's what happens there. They tend to have a lighter coloured mane. Picture's not helping us here.
No.
But the males do tend to have a lighter mane. Tend to be thinner and have smaller prides than African lions. A pride of 5, that's about average for an Asiatic lion. Usually one male, but a few females, and that's it. Mm-hmm. They're only found in the Gir forest in Gujarat, India.
Yes.
That's the only place. Despite that, Iran still has them as their national animal. And honestly, it'd be nice if they could reintroduce them someday, because Gujarat shouldn't... Sorry, I get really frustrated. The local government for Gujarat are stopping them from being able to go out and make more habitats for themselves. And that's not because of conflict. It's because of a tourism thing. It's literally just because, we're the place that has lions that's outside of Africa. So yeah, that's good, right? We'll just keep them here, and every single one that tries to leave, they bring back because they don't want anywhere else having it. And that is just...
That makes no sense.
It's so selfish, and a lot of those lions are now suffering, especially because of climate change.
Inbreeding, I would have thought as well.
I was going to get to that, yeah. Inbreeding can be a massive thing, so that's why a lot of captive populations need to exist, just to make sure that they don't inbreed themselves to extinction because of selfish politicians.
Yeah.
Bird.
It is indeed. Wow. Yes, it is, but not like a bird like you're normally going to see.
It's rat software on bird hardware. That's how I've heard these guys describe.
That's probably a very good way of putting it, actually. But you can tell that, I mean, yeah. So kiwis don't really have wings.
No.
Not really. And that's due to where they're located. New Zealand, historically, its wildlife evolved with no real apex predators.
Except the eagle.
Other than the eagle, but that went for the
moa. Their big cousin. Their closest relative as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But these guys, yes, they are quite endangered now. And in fact, there's more than one species. I can't remember how many species off the top of my head. I think it's at least 2, possibly even 4.
Research.
There's definitely
No, not the fruit. I need to just put bird.
I think there's definitely a North Island and a South Island kiwi.
Oh wow! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's more.
6 species of kiwi.
Wow. Okay, I didn't know there was that many.
This is Wikipedia telling me this.
Very trustful source.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a lot better these days. That is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a map here from a scientific journal, I think. So this is showing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so these must be subspecies or something. But some are dead. One's dead. One's extinct. Yeah. Kiwi of the shore. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are still alive. North Island brown kiwi, southern brown kiwi, Okarito brown kiwi, little spotted kiwi, and great spotted kiwi are all alive. Yay!
So I can't tell you which species we've got in the picture there.
Well, that's obviously a North Island brown kiwi. I'm just kidding.
I've got no idea. It might be.
If it is, if any...
It doesn't look very spotted, to be fair.
That's true.
So it might be.
If there's any Kiwis watching this that know better than we do, or just ornithologists, yes. Let us know.
But yeah, so they, having evolved with no real predators other than... I can't remember the name of that eagle now, off the top of my head, but...
Was it Haast's eagle?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh, I'm so good.
Yes.
Give me your bird, medal.
But they mainly just went for the moa because, that's a hell of a meal. And the eagles were stupidly large. These guys weren't really targeted until the Maori then came to New Zealand, which obviously brought rats to New Zealand, which started these guys' decline. And then Europeans then landed on New Zealand and brought domestic cats, dogs, pigs, foxes, all sorts of animals that could get at these guys, and hence why their numbers declined. So, but as you said, it's got 5 species still alive today is quite remarkable considering what they've had to go through.
And what they went through is a lot.
Yeah, but again, another national animal which is very, one of the more charismatic, well-known.
Yeah, this is truly this is
one of the most unique, I would say.
They're more integrated into New Zealand culture than the bald eagle is in American, I'd say. I mean,
quite possibly.
No one says, "Oh, I'm a New Zealander." They say, "Oh, I'm a Kiwi."
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Americans don't say that they're bald eagles.
No, they don't. They don't. One of my favourite facts about Kiwis before we move on is that their nostrils are at the tip of their nose, so they can smell worms.
Yes.
No other bird does that. Such a weird little dude, but so lovely.
Yeah.
And they're a lot bigger than you realise as well.
Mm.
They are a member of the ratite group.
They are indeed.
So, cousin the moa, closest
emu
relative.
Earlier that we had from Australia.
Emu.
But they look very different to those guys.
Oh yeah, they're much
shorter and they've got a much longer beak. So it's quite surprising that they are in that ratite family, just from looking at them initially.
Exactly. I never would have thought it until like a few years ago when I learned.
Another fact about kiwis.
Is it about their egg?
Yes.
Go on.
They lay the largest egg relative to their body size.
Those poor females.
I know.
And the females are bigger.
Yes.
Again.
Which you would hope so, to be brutally honest, considering the size of the egg compared to them.
How big is it, like, compared to them? Is it like it's most of their body?
It is most of their body, yeah. I can't remember the exact percentage, but it is stupidly
I'll just say,
large.
guys, look up an image of a kiwi egg in proportion to the female's body. Her organs have to just get pushed right out of the way.
Yeah, they really do.
Okay, next one. So, it turns out this video ended up near 2 hours long. So, we're going to cut it into 2 pieces, aren't we, Matt?
We are. Yes, we are.
It's been on the spot.
Yeah.
So, tune in next time, which is in 2 weeks' time, for the remainder of our little Animal Fact World Cup series, which is a 2-part series.
It is indeed, yes.
But yeah, hopefully see you guys next time.
Bye for now.